Cast Their Crowns Inc. We deal with family advocacies. Families is where it's at. We all come from one, right? Families need to be protected. Homes, where the family resides, needs to be defended. Home defense. This is a particular thing, especially when you're dealing with a high political climate. Self-defense, home defense. These are things that's going to come up in conversation, but indirectly, right? Arms. How do you protect your family? The best way is to legally protect your family in ways that's going to keep your family away from harm, right? So arms. Safety. How do you deal with the education in your home? If you're a father and you have a wife and you have children, everybody needs to be educated on how to properly store and how to properly deal with and identify things in the home to defend the home. Who's going to do it? Where's everybody expected to be if, God forbid, your family becomes under attack, whether from a home invasion or anything of that nature? It's no one else's business outside of that household on how you choose to defend yourself. Some people will tell you get a dog. That's nonsense. A dog cannot protect everybody in the household, right? That is not going to protect the family. That is not efficient. So the most proficient and efficient way will be to defend your family in a way where you are able to keep your family at distance from harm and from threat. You don't give anybody who's intruding, invading your home, the benefit of the doubt. Why exactly are they climbing through my window? Why exactly are they trying to break down my door? Why exactly are they picking my lock? Right? So education, identification, awareness, these are all particular tools. Safety, firearm safety. If you have a household, everybody in your family should most certainly be educated on the safety tips on how to deal with fire. That's why you have a fire drill in school. You should most certainly be having one at home. You go through fire evacuation drills from time to time at work. Why wouldn't you go through it at home? It's to get away from the threat of danger. Same thing when it comes to your firearm safety. There is a notion that when it comes to firearms, now all of a sudden, if you're dealing with black families, well, the Second Amendment was rooted in white supremacy and so on and so forth. Let me point this out to you. If the Second Amendment was rooted in white supremacy and it was not written with blacks in mind, there is an amendment later on which now makes the Second Amendment applicable to black people. So if you're going to tell black people that they shouldn't look to protect and defend themselves with firearms because the Second Amendment was not written for them, you're telling them that no amendment is written for them. So you're actually reiterating that spirit and regurgitating that spirit of the very same white supremacy you're trying to act like you're trying to shield them from or make them aware of. So that's nonsense. And you never allow that foolishness to enter into your household. You need to do what's best for you and your family. Whatever is your final decision on what you're going to do for your household, that's the decision you make. You need to protect your family anywhere and everywhere. When you step outside of your household, harm can find you there too. People don't need special conditions for danger to strike. Your life and your loved ones' lives don't become threatened in particular conditions that's most beneficial for you. That's not how evil works. Okay? You could go to the movies, you could go to a gathering at a park, you could go to a concert, and people's lives are being jeopardized. So this notion that you shouldn't be able to protect yourself, well, what world do you live in? Don't get caught up in the politics of it, because it doesn't matter what the state is. It doesn't matter what the laws of the state are, because criminals don't abide by laws. Criminals don't care who's in office. And the same state and city where there are these gun safety measures and all of this type of stuff going on, that's where there's crime going on. That's where innocent lives are being either taken or attacked. Because in the very same states and cities where there is more things that's more appropriate for law-abiding citizens that's exercising their right to bear arms, there's crime there too. So if there's crime there too and there's criminals, that means there's victims. So the criminal element is everywhere. Okay? And you can't pick a place that's somebody that's out to cause harm where you're going to say, well, everybody that's at this particular location, at this particular park, in this particular theater, everybody here, this is a gun-free zone. Well, we constantly see gun-free zones ending up under attack. And who's attacking the gun-free zone? The person with a what? So that is not a safety measure. That's not protecting you. That zone is not protecting you. That zone is only endangering you. So if you have some form of say-so when it comes to at least your household, what would make you think that making your household this gun-free zone is going to better protect you and your family? Teenagers, if you have a teenager in your home and that teenager is at the age where they start driving, your insurance goes through the roof, right? What do you do with the keys in your house? Do you hide your keys and put them in socks and then put it in the washing machine and then during the day you take it out and put it in the attic? No, you don't. You deal with the regular forms of education of your teenager, rules, guidelines that you hope they abide by, knowing very well that danger could strike if by chance they took those keys without your knowledge and went somewhere that they shouldn't go, right? But you don't lose sleep over that. So education, you being informed and you being a part of what's going on in your household. There's no politician that you could call that's going to show up at your door when danger strikes. Even a law enforcement agent, they're minutes away. People who mean you and your family harm, they're not waiting those minutes. Okay? They're going to take advantage of every single second that goes by. So, defend your family, defend your household, stand for what's right. Cast the crowns ahead.